the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight at 9, a renewed effort to pay reparations to black people in D.C. What the payments would look like under one lawmaker's latest bill.
And a sleepover outside the Supreme Court. Hundreds camped out ahead of a big case tomorrow morning. Coming up, could it change the fate of President Biden's student loan program?
It's the unfortunate reality of the situation where people will eat less.
A date millions have been dreading. Extra emergency SNAP benefits expired this week. The toll this could take on tens of thousands of households here in the DMV.
Good Monday evening, and thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Thasmeen Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. We're starting tonight with the forecast because all this week we're going to see a roller coaster in temperatures.
That's right. Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb is here, and Janessa, it's going to get really cold tonight.
Oh, yeah. We have a hypothermia alert that's in place across the district, and the reason being we're going to see ambient temperatures. That's the air temperature in the 40s for overnight lows. The problem is that we have easterly winds that are going to continue to pick up, and it's going to cause our wind chills to be below the freezing mark. So all of the district, the suburbs surrounding from Noma to Ivy City to Georgetown, you're under that hypothermia alert because we're expecting around 5 a.m. temps going to be hovering around 30 to 31 degrees, especially for our western communities as well, from Woodstock to Luray. The feel-like temperature in the upper 20s in most spots. The secondary story is also the rain that has been flowing through pretty freely all day long, and we've been tracking some kind of heavier bands just in the last 30 minutes or so out towards Cumberland into the Alleghenies. You can see kind of just south of Cumberland, that's some moderate rain that continues to persist across that area. The district right now, we're drying out, sitting under mostly cloudy skies, a few spots dealing with some drizzle, but from St. Charles to Brandywine, St. Mary's County, you continue to deal with moderate rain flow that's starting to push out towards the Chesapeake Bay. Also, a wind advisory is in place for the Shenandoah Valley and some areas for higher terrain above 1,000 to 2,000 feet, and that's going to last until 9 a.m. So really the big scope of things as you are settling in for the tonight, we are dealing with widespread rain across the area. We'll keep an isolated shower in the forecast for your Tuesday morning, but man, we are about to go on a stretch of a good amount of sunshine. We'll look at that coming up.
Janessa, thank you. And new tonight, reparations for the district's African-American community.
Yeah, D.C. council member is reintroducing a bill to make that a reality.
At DC News Now, Daniel Hamburg looked into what this could mean for families. He joins us live from the Wilson Building in Northwest D.C. And Daniel, this has support from the majority of council and also at least one of the activists you spoke to tonight.
Thasmeen and Chris, Councilmember McDuffie is spearheading this effort. 10 of 13 council members have signed on to co-introduce the legislation. McDuffie says the legislation seeks to acknowledge and address centuries of government-sanctioned policies and private practices that negatively impacted black people.
More than 150 years after slavery was abolished, the conversation around reparations hasn't gone away.
We needed to act on it before, but since we haven't, we need to act on it now.
D.C. Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie is reintroducing a bill to create a Reparations Foundation Fund and Task Force. It would establish a 9-member task force to study and develop reparations proposals for African Americans in D.C. Nike Savane with the D.C. Justice Lab says it's needed.
And part of what they're being asked to do is to study all the different ways in which the district can make efforts to repair harm in different areas of life.
Second, the bill would require the commissioner of the Department of Insurance, Securities, and Banking to establish a slavery-era database of slaveholding records.
So much of what happened to Black people and families over hundreds of years was this lack of sort of being able to track your history and your family being able to know that. So having that documented is going to be very important.
And third, the act would establish a fund to be used for the payment of reparations.
One of the biggest sort of data points that we see in the district is the vast disparity in wealth. White families have about 81 times more wealth than Black families in the district.
According to McDuffie, that's a net worth of $284,000 versus just $3,500.
We're looking forward to a public hearing on this. We're looking forward to DC residents being able to have a say in this process, to have a say in the outcome.
And of the 3 council members that did not sign on to co-introduce this bill, 2 of them say that they are still taking it under consideration and don't have a stance yet. And one other council member says she doesn't oppose the bill and looks forward to the conversation around just how all of this would be paid for. We're live in Northwest Washington. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
And new tonight, a man is recovering after being stabbed inside a metro station. It happened at the U Street station platform just before evening rush hour. Police are still looking for the suspect. This is just the latest case of violence at a metro stop. You may recall a transit worker was killed and 3 others hurt in a shooting that happened at the Potomac Avenue station earlier this month.
Happening now, dozens of student loan borrowers camping outside the Supreme Court building. Sleepover comes on the eve of a major court case. The court will hear arguments tomorrow on President Biden's student debt relief plan. The president made it a pillar of his presidency, but the program has been on pause because of 2 lawsuits ruling it unconstitutional. Under the program, debt will be wiped or reduced for millions of borrowers, including many who camped out tonight.
As a first-generation student, I am completely financially independent, and I, as a sophomore, already have racked up a lot of debt, and I'm going to rack up even more, and I want to go to grad school. I want to possibly get a PhD, and this debt is going to be following me throughout the rest of my career, and I don't think it's right that me and many other students, especially first-generation students, would have this on their back.
Tomorrow's arguments are scheduled to begin at 10 a.m.
And tonight, parents are learning about the deadly drug fentanyl that's impacting students across the DMV. There have been 3 suspected deadly overdoses just in Prince George's County recently. Yeah, Marisa Say covers Prince George's County and spoke to parents and students at an information session Upper Marlboro tonight.
Yes, several of these Narcan kits were passed out during tonight's information session here at Largo High School. And Prince George's County Public Schools says the more parents and students that are aware of this, the more lives can be saved. Parents and students learned what an opioid is, how to identify an overdose, and how to administer Narcan Monday night. Now, this comes after the suspected fentanyl overdose death of 3 students. In December, PGPD warned the community about these blue pills that some believe are Percocets, but they're laced with fentanyl. PGCPS leaders are stepping in to bring awareness to the drug and its effects. They're not only talking to students, but parents as well.
My biggest takeaway was how important it is for everyone to know about this, because I can see how bad it is if this happens to someone. So you should be able to handle it properly.
I'm sure out of 4, one of my children is going to encounter someone, whether it's a friend or whoever, at some point, and myself as well. I mean, anybody, like in my house, a neighbor, whoever comes over, if anything were to happen, I have something that could potentially save their life.
PGCPS is encouraging students to spread awareness about the effects of this drug to their friends and family to prevent the next overdose or even the next death. For now, reporting in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, I'm Marisa Say, DC News Now.
We are now just days away from what some are calling a hunger cliff. That's when millions of people will suffer large cuts to SNAP benefits as the pandemic program comes to an end. Our Marielle Carbone live tonight at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. That is the agency that oversees SNAP benefits. And Marielle, the district will lose about $14 million of federal funds per month.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. And just to put this into perspective, that means families on SNAP will lose about $100 per month, meaning they will only get $6 per day per family member. Now, with inflation so high, some that I spoke to today tell me they worry how they'll get by.
Oh my. I wouldn't think that they would do that.
Yvonne Curtis is one of the millions of people who will soon see a sharp cut to her grocery budget.
So you got the seniors and you got these, a lot of, kids out here that they got to be fed.
Tuesday, a pandemic program giving people on SNAP benefits extra money per month will expire. For Curtis, that means less food on the table.
It's going to affect me because I'm going to eat less.
It's the unfortunate reality of the situation where people will eat less.
Radha Muthai is the CEO of the Capital Area Food Bank. She says about 330,000 people in the DMV will be affected, losing an average of $93 a month.
That translates to 23 fewer meals a month. And so that is, as you can tell, about a week's worth of meals.
That agency says it's preparing to serve an influx of people at its food bank. Between the program ending and food costs rising, Mathia worries this could have dire effects.
People's budgets are already stretched, so this is going to make it even harder and dare I say, impossible.
Cost of eggs, the cost of milk.
Anthony Bryant says it's hard enough to shop right now due to inflation. He urges the government to keep giving the extra money.
It always affects people when you take something away that was given. Yeah, sure, people were living without it, but then this bonus really did help households, especially with inflation and with the price of everything going up. So I think don't get rid of it.
So what can you do if you depend on this money? Well, you can go on the food bank's website, put your zip code in there, and they'll direct you to where the closest spot to get food is near where you live. Mathia also is telling people to plan ahead before they go grocery shopping next. And she also says that you can reach out to your local SNAP office for help as well. Reporting live downtown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. So in our next half hour, we're helping you stretch your dollar, find out how SNAP recipients can cut down on other household expenses.
All right, an update tonight on that mysterious dust seen falling from the sky. Turns out it was mostly pollen. Go figure. West Virginia and Western Maryland flooded social media last week, posting strange sightings like these. Particles flying around, cars coated in a thick white film. Well, according to test results from the Department of Environmental Protection, it was mostly pollen with traces of mineral matter. We have reached out to see what exactly that mineral matter is.
And still ahead, yeah, who would have thought that? All right, so tornadoes and severe storms slammed the Midwest. We are on the ground in Oklahoma, where people in one city say they're lucky to be alive.
Plus, firefighters fighting for better pay. Why they say not boosting wages could hurt the community that they protect.